Hi, my name is Delynn, and I'm a patient of Dr. Rudderman. Last year, I received a breast augmentation, which is honestly a surgery that I said I would never get. I guess I thought most of my life that that was for like a certain type of person or woman, and that wasn't me. I was a very nerdy kid and grew up sort of proud of being intelligent, and like because I didn't have a certain kind of look, I just associated myself with a different type of person. I didn't feel like a sexy type of person, and I just sort of categorized people, I guess, like a lot of us do. And I regret that now, and I also am more educated now on just how these surgeries work and what the possibilities are. And in hindsight, I wish I had done it sooner, but better late than never. Essentially, I was teased a lot as a kid. I had less than an A cup. This was pre-anti-bullying campaigns, so teachers somehow thought it was fine that kids were writing mean poems about me being flat-chested and reading them in front of the classroom. I remember one poem about me being as flat as a wet naked bat that was read on the ski club bus, so that was fun, never forgot it. And I've been like insecure and fixated on this aspect of myself my whole life. Finally last year at 45, I said, you know what? Like maybe surgery is for me. Things are gonna happen, I'm gonna age, there are things I can't control, but this is something I could take some ownership of, I could control and do for myself, despite what anybody else has to say. And I had been doing some healthcare writing and had been doing research related to this and discovered that, the risks were far less than I had thought. And I decided to talk to Dr. Rudderman. I'd heard great things, but also I understood his practice to be filled with a lot of women who are moms like me or who are athletes and people who were aspiring for either some sort of reconstructive surgery or some procedures that helped them feel more comfortable. This wasn't like aspiring to be on Baywatch, right? This was a group of people like me who wanted to feel better about themselves or correct something that they felt like would benefit from a correction. And so when I met with him, first of all, the amount of information he was able to share with me and the candor and just his understanding of kind of the emotional context behind all of this was fantastic. His team was there to answer any question that I had. I felt really comfortable with the idea of surgery just after half an hour with him. And then I went into the other room and looked at the kind of before and after photos, and I couldn't believe how many women were built just like me. And then their after photos, they looked completely natural. And their boobs also were what I was aspiring for, which was just a B cup. Like I missed when I nursed my kids in my 30s. I had B cups and they did their job and they were great. And then like what happens to a lot of women after nursing, they went away, and they worse than went away. Like what was left was like the refuse of like nursing. So just this like flabby skin on bone. It was not great. So the fixation kind of kicked up a notch. And I realized, yeah, like these breasts that I was looking at in the lookbook, if I could have that, why wouldn't I just book this appointment right now? So I did. And of course, like leading up to the surgery, I had concerns. I was nervous. I had my doubts. And right before I went under, I told Dr. Rudderman, I was like, don't forget, I want these to be a feature, but not a distinguishing feature. And he was like, I got you. Because ultimately, when you're on the table, he makes the decision. He brings several sizes of implants with him, and based on the contours of your body and your chest cavity and your bone structure and whatever else, he makes the decision. And so you are leaving it in the surgeon's hands, literally and figuratively. And what he chose for me was so tasteful, so exactly what I asked for. And more than that, I have no scar. There is no sign that I had anything done. There are tips and tricks that they use at his office, and like, I don't even have a red line anymore under my breast. Like you can't feel anything. There's no scar tissue. You can't feel the implants. I can sleep any position that I want. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. I can go out without a bra. I can push them up if I want to. I can practically go for a jog without a sports bra of any kind. Like they're amazing. They're upright, they're round, they're equal. They feel and look like how I had always thought breasts on my body should be, like appropriate to my size. And I love them. Like I stare at them in the mirror. I don't fixate on them when I'm in clothes. I don't have all those feelings of just like being stuck in this like puberty that didn't happen kind of feeling, like, and that all eyes are on me. Like all that is gone now. I don't even really think about them. They're just there, like they're supposed to be doing what they're supposed to do. And the surgery itself was easier than a dentist appointment. Like I went to sleep, I woke up, I had no pain, I went home, I started to do some work on my computer. Dr. Rudderman called and he was like, no, please just watch Netflix. I told you, just like heal, just relax, do as I say, follow this regimen, and everything's gonna be great. And he was right. Like I took some downtime for a few weeks, but I wasn't incapacitated. People told me, oh, you won't be able to hug your kids and you won't be able to sleep on your side or whatever. None of that was true. Like I was completely functional. I was on Zoom calls, the next afternoon. I took my kids to school 2 days later, drove, everything was fine. I was absolutely comfortable. And again, like I followed doctor's orders and the result was no scarring, no pain, and a completely natural physique that I had always wanted. So if you are at all considering anything like this, just talk to Dr. Rudderman. Their office is filled with information and empathy and joy, and they are welcoming and kind and are there to answer your questions at any time, and they check in on you. And they really listen. I mean, you will feel heard. And I never felt like he was inserting himself anywhere into the process or into the way I was thinking or what I wanted. Like, I got what I asked for. And it actually, the whole experience was more than I could have asked for. It was so pleasant. So I couldn't recommend Dr. Rudderman and his team more.